How we doing, everyone? Welcome back. This is episode 4 with Louis. How we doing, Louis?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm good. You got a good week?
Great week.
Yeah?
Actually, yeah, unreal week so
Rate
far.
that.
Yeah, man. Busy 7 days. Cast.
You're absolutely killing it at the moment as well.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it.
Rate
Yeah.
that. So obviously you're a very well-known fella, but for the people who don't know you who are watching this, who are you?
Well, to me, I'm just Louis, but guys online will probably know me as Louis Leadbetter, which is a bit surreal because, like I say, I'm just Louis. I work, I go to the gym, and I have a coffee on a weekend.
Ooh, what's your order?
Oh, an orange mocha.
Oh, that's
Man,
crazy.
yeah, or if I'm feeling particularly pretentious, I'll have just an espresso.
Yeah, no, absolutely rate that. So obviously online, you're quite the person to spread a bit of positivity, be a bit, just say how it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
The ups, the downs. What's your opinion on, obviously, with the area we live in? What's your opinion on the mental health statistics of West Cumbria?
Well, I think as beautiful as the Lake District is, I think it's definitely less so than it used to be, but I think there is a lot of arrogance towards mental health, and I think it's definitely taken a step in the right direction. But growing up, if you were sad or if you were down or whatever, you'd sort of just get told to firm it, get over yourself, whatever. And I think, like I say, as years have gone on, I do think people are a lot more aware of it. And it may be a part of growing up that is when you're kids and you haven't experienced hard times, it's very easy to look at somebody else who is and be like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
And then I think as people understand and come to their own struggles, they're like, okay, no, this is relatable and this is something that I've suffered with. And maybe I need to take it a little bit more serious. In terms of the rates of the local area, I think it's absolutely sickening. I think for such a beautiful place, externally, internally, there is a lot of things that people don't talk about, and it's time to break that agenda that if you are struggling, there's no one to talk to, because what happens inside the Lake District needs to be as beautiful as what people see from the outside.
Absolutely rate that.
Like, it's all well and good having everything around us, but if the core fundamental of it, us, the people that live here, aren't content with it, something needs to change.
Yeah, no,
So-
I absolutely agree with you. Then, do you know what? That was beautiful. that was beautiful. You've been practicing that one.
No.
no, absolutely right. That, mate. Obviously, you do a lot with the outdoors. So what's your connection between men and women's mental health and the outdoors? What do you believe that is good for people?
Well, I just think like I realise how blessed I am to live here. And growing up, I was always told by my parents that like, you're so lucky to live here. And I'd look at all my extended family down south in cities, and I'm like, it's nice, but there's so much more to do in cities. And the big changing factor was getting a car. I was quite light to drive, and I was the last one out of my friendship group to drive. And as soon as I got my car and I realised that, okay, I don't have to rely on the X5, and I don't have to rely on like getting a lift to and from places, and I had that free will to sort of go and do what I wanted. It literally came from, I had a thing go on, and I was like, I just need to get out. And I only went to Cogra Moss, tiny little walk, wasn't ever expecting to go and do some Wainwrights or whatever. And I just got out and I started off with my headphones in, and I was strutting about Cogra Moss with my headphones on, and I was like, this isn't why I've come. Like, I want to be fully immersed in it. So I took my headphones off, and then suddenly, like, all that noise just stopped.
Oh, wow.
And I had the sound of the river, I had the birds, I had the wind, I had like the sound of like going through a puddle or standing on some twigs or something. And yeah, exactly. And suddenly, like, everything that was the problem on my phone just stopped, and I was focusing on my breathing, and I was focusing on where I'm going to be going next. And like, yes, I was still on my phone taking photos and videos, but all that outside noise stopped, because when you're fighting for your life going up a fell, the last thing on your mind is what you're facing. And like I said, I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I was recording my first ever outdoors bit of content. So although I was immersing myself in nature, I was still setting up a tripod and like getting some clips, some dead candid shots that I didn't realize the camera was there. And I posted it, and it done quite well. And I was like, okay, so that walk helped me, and it was received quite well. Is there something I can channel into this now?
Yeah,
And I just think getting out is, nature's high is a real thing. I really, really do believe in it, and I would encourage anybody. And it doesn't have to be a fell walk ticking off 10 Wainwrights. It can be coming down to your local park, getting your shoes muddy and just being outside, like, and it doesn't mean that you're not going to still feel rubbish when you go back home, but you've done something positive. And even if you're feeling down internally, then like you go out and you've been out for 30 minutes, you've got 5k steps in, you've had a breath of fresh air, you've maybe seen someone on the path that you know and you've had a crack with them for 5 minutes, and you'd miss all of those opportunities sat in your bed.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I think it's definitely something that people should try if they haven't already. And you can look at people online, you can just it's so easily accessible, the information now for getting out, that within 30 seconds you can know exactly where to go and what to bring and where you should be heading and the views at the top and the difficulty level of things. And when all that information's so easily accessible, why not try?
Well, I read that.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's all there. The only thing that's stopping you from doing it is you.
Yeah.
And if it's not something that you incorporate into your life currently, and you're still feeling down for X amount of time, then it's such an easy thing to start investing into. And the more you invest into it, the more you get out of it.
Yeah, absolutely read that. Absolutely read that. Obviously, your channel is very mental health based. You know what I mean? It's like I said before. It is also. I look at your channel. I'm a big fan, by the way, and you're also a good friend. But what I look at is that is you. You're not pretending to be someone else. That is solely you.
Yeah.
Why did you start that channel?
So, I started that account because I went through a breakup in April and guilty of it after just telling people there about getting outside and whatever. I was a complete hypocrite because for a week I went to work, came home, didn't go to the gym, shut the doors, turned the lights off, got into my comfies and bed rotted until tomorrow came, and then I'd go to work and the cycle repeated for a week. And I wasn't gonna let that take over. And so what I started was a 30-day cold plunge series, and it was just a way to get me out of the house for 30 days. The reason I started the account is because I didn't want my main Instagram page, because it was just meant to start as a story highlight on my main account. I was just going to make it 30, like me falling backwards into the water 30 times on a story highlight. But I thought, well, people aren't really bothered about what's going on, so they're probably just going to skip it. And then I got to 30 days and the account had reached 2,000 followers in 30 days. And I put a poll on my story saying like, what's next? And do I do 100 days? And I remember it so distinctively. There was 202 votes and 199 of them voted yes. The 3 people that voted no was my mate, the same mate on his other account, and someone that I messaged him, I was like, mate, it's 100% yes. And he's like, not anymore. And he changed, and then he went and clicked no on it. And I was like, oh, for God's sake, it would have looked great, 100% ratio. So I extended it for 100 days. And then by 100 days, I had like 5,000 followers.
Wow.
And I was just like, oh, wow. And then I never expected the account to get to the size that it's at now. But I'm so grateful that it is, because it's given me some cool opportunities now. And yeah, I just wanted to push, like I say, the lakes as a whole is quite, I don't know if naive is the word, but it isn't talked about enough. The rates show that. Mm-hmm. The rates around the area show that. And if, like, I'm quite well known prior to starting this account, like I'm quite well known in the area to be a bubbly lad and full of laughs, and like, oh, I might see him out in the pub or whatever and he's having a laugh. But then suddenly I started posting these videos where I was a lot more vulnerable and a lot more raw, and people were like, oh, well, I would have had a guess. Mm-hmm. I would never have had a clue that Louis is struggling. And since then, some of the folk that would just see me out and about have messaged me privately and been like, mate, what you're doing, I rate it. And they've maybe opened up to me about their problems, or they've asked to meet for a coffee or whatever. And I just want to help. If I can start helping the local area, I'd love to make it bigger one day. I'd love to make it national, or like, yeah, I want to raise awareness for mental health, because it's something that I've struggled with for a long time.
And you're already doing a great job, mate. So
thank you very much.
Take pride in that.
Yeah, man. I can only help so much, but if I can help even one person, then
that's all that matters, mate.
It literally is.
Yeah.
It helps me go to sleep at night knowing that somebody feels a little bit less alone in the time that they're struggling. So, yeah, man. No. That's a bit of Louis law. Louis get better law.
There's the guy.
He's the guy.
obviously you said that you're having a really good week. Do you know what I mean? From where you were to where you are now, you've obviously advanced a lot. You've maybe got them tools. You you feel better in yourself, but everyone still has down days. So say if you did have a down day, what tools do you use? How do you make yourself feel better now?
I'm very fortunate because I can post a video and get words of reassurance. And I understand that not a lot of people have that same ability, and not everyone feels comfortable enough to show the downsides. They're happy to show you a slideshow of their best parts of them being on holiday or whatever, but not everybody wants to see them being sad or being down. But that doesn't mean that you don't still have access. We live in a world now where it's so easily accessible to phone a friend or text a friend or FaceTime. Like, I can't physically be with you right now, but I can definitely make sure that I FaceTime you and I can see you and I can speak to you in a real conversation. So when I'm down, I will reach out. I will reach out to my friends and like, your friends aren't just there to celebrate your highs. Your real friends are there to support and pick you up. If you can only give 40%, well then they're expected to give 60. And like, I don't know, it's just I reach out to people, and if I'm feeling particularly down, I'll get out. I'll go to the gym, and sometimes it doesn't work. There's been times where I go to the gym and I do 5 minutes and I have to leave, but you made an attempt, and you need to find. Well, not say you need to find it. I very strongly advise you trying to find something that you are passionate about, because it's a hell of a lot easier to invest in something that you're passionate about than pretending that you are. If you can get into something and you find that it gives you a slight glimmer, then like, why not chase it? Why not try and perfect it? If you do anything continuously, you become good at it at one point. And some things you're naturally born good at.
Eating.
Eating.
That's mine.
Me and you both, brother. But it is like, okay, so on the topic of eating, I really do think that food is fuel. Food is fuel, and what you put into your body is what you get out of it. And if you fuel yourself, if you're having a down day and you're like, oh man, I'm just gonna throw a freezer tea in, like easy pizza, whatever.
A wavy meal.
Yeah, literally. You've satisfied your needs, but there is a healthier way of doing it. And if diet's the thing that you want to invest into, then I feel like physical and mental health are directly related. And as one excels, the other one picks up as well. And if you can get yourself to a position physically where you're content, then it won't be long until the mental side of it follows too. So there's a lot that I've changed over the last 8 months, and every single one has been so carefully looked at. So I don't want to change something just because I think it's not helping me. But after having a look at certain aspects of my life, like, there is things that needed to change. And I've done that, and now I am I'm in so much of a better position than I was when I started the account.
Awesome.
Yeah, man,
You deserve that as well. You're a good guy.
Thank you.
And you're helping a lot of people. A little bit of advice for anyone obviously watching. If there was someone struggling out there, what words would you give them? Just a little bit of like an uplift to say you're here.
Your younger self would be so proud of the things that you've gone through, and you should be too. Like, there's things that you'll have dreamed of as a kid that you maybe achieved and didn't even realize, and that is a hell of a accolade to hold. There's so many things, and like, I don't know, it's just, you should be content in the skin that you're in, and you are enough. As much as the down days get to you, and it's so hard to pick yourself up sometimes, there's people looking at you wondering how you do it all, and you might see other people in a better position than you with a brand new car, and they've got their own house and they're settling down with kids, and you look at yourself and you're like, why am I not there? But everyone's running their own race.
Yeah.
And just because your friend has it doesn't mean that you have it. And there'll be different things that you maybe have that same friend looks at you and says, mate, I don't understand how. And it's all very, I don't know, like, it's all very comparable. And you can look at someone and think, wow, they have all this and I don't. But that same friend's looking back at you saying, wow, he's got a lot of things that I have that he has that I don't. And it's about finding that happy medium. And yeah, I repeat, you are enough, and you need to be content in your own skin, and your younger self would be so proud of you through fighting through the hard times and being in the position that you are now.
Just give me a mini dopamine hit then.
Yeah.
Rate that.
That's
Rate
the
that.
idea.
Yeah, I felt that, man.
Quick, record that.
Get on the clip. Rate that. Yeah, absolutely awesome. If you don't mind, just want to give a massive quick shout out to Bounty Competitions for making this possible. They've been our main sponsor for the channel for the next full year. So massive shout out to them and making this possible. Cheers to that. Thank you very much. Moving on to a bit of a highlight. What do you do for self-care?
Self-care. Wow. Well, it's actually something that I have only recently started doing, but self-care.
No,
like I'm not
then.
joking. Like I've now got a hydration formula, some serum that goes under my eyes. I've got moisturizer. I shave like a couple times a week, even though
face or
everywhere. Definitely my chest, but that's anyway. Moving on. Yeah, no, self-care. Like first thing in the morning, so this morning, for instance, I woke up and I was tired, sluggish, whatever. So I had my electrolytes, I had my coffee. And I washed my face and put this hydrating serum on and then moisturised my face.
My God.
And put myself in a nice outfit. But hopefully it's a nice outfit.
Quick pull.
Yeah, quick. What do you think? Out of 10. And like if you look after yourself, you feel better. And like it's something that I try. No matter whether I'm coming for a podcast in the park or whether I'm going for a coffee or going to go refill my car with fuel, if you dress good, you feel good. And I like that. Like that. It's not for everybody, and don't get me wrong. As soon as I get back home, I'm going to be in a matching tracksuit with my slides on. Yeah. But if you're out and about and like you see somebody, like it's nice to know that you look good. And yeah, I think self-care is something that's often overlooked, especially by lads. Girls, I'm not a girl, so I apologise if I say anything wrong here. But girls sort of grow up doing skincare and looking after themselves and going for their hair appointments. And lads get up. You spray your deodorant, you put your aftershave under your neck, and you set off.
Literally.
Like, that's it.
Maybe a little bit of roll on.
And that's it. And then you're good to go. But just because you're a lad doesn't mean that you don't need to look after yourself. And I think, well, it's definitely something that I want to invest into more. And I'm not going to say I'm going to have like a big box full of
P. Louise.
things. Yeah, exactly. Unless anyone wants to reach out, like I'll take it for free.
Page Louise, come here.
But look after yourself. You deserve it. And self-care is big for me, and it's something that I am trying to do more of. Yeah, your scripts fell over.
Do you know what? I haven't needed it. I've done all right, actually.
It's just so natural.
Absolutely class. And finish on a massive high. And like I always say, it has to be food related. It can't not be.
I'm all here for it.
Right, you can only have one meal for the rest of your life. One main, one side, one drink. What we saying?
I am a sucker for a steak,
Oofed.
but I refuse to spend 30 odd quid for a meal. But if it's death row and it's for free, I'll have the biggest 20, 30, 40 ounce tomahawk.
Oof, yes.
I want triple cooked chips.
Of course.
I want a garlic aioli on the side. And then, just because carbs aren't an enemy, cheesy garlic bread. I want and a lot of it, by the way. Like not just
a little bit.
Not a little tray bake size. I want a loaf.
I'm going to do a little
bread.
edit in here of like I'm already visioning it. Whoa!
Yeah, literally. I want the largest garlic bread that you can find. And then dessert. Because if that's my last meal, I'm not worried about how I look in the morning. I want a fat slice of hot chocolate fudge cake.
Cream or ice cream though?
So in a restaurant where I have to be civil, just cream, but both.
Okay.
Both. I want both. And
Yes.
I want a rich chocolate ice cream with a rich chocolate brownie and then a whole tub of double cream.
Yeah.
No fat free on that.
I don't care.
I want a full double cream. That'll probably be my go-to.
Drink.
Ooh.
You're one drink, that's all you're getting.
One drink. A Fanta orange.
Oof, can or bottle?
If it's my last meal, I want it out of a glass bottle. And I want it served to me. No, I want to be sat here like this with someone just pouring. Whoa, that was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. I want someone to pour me into it. No, actually, right, bottle, but poured into a frozen glass. I want that glass to have been in the freezer for the last hour.
Well, that's fair enough.
Yeah, man. I'm going to be living.
It's only right, isn't it?
It's only right. If
Man.
it's my last drink, that's what it is.
Yeah, absolutely right. Well, thank you very much for coming on, mate. You've been an absolute star. For anyone who doesn't follow you, what's your ats?
My Instagram is at Louis Gets Better, play on words because my surname's Leadbetter, and my TikTok is louis.leadbetter. I'm trying to get to 10k on TikTok, and I'm about 250 off. So if you could follow me, that would be very, very appreciated.
Awesome. Thank you very much. See you later.
See you later. Cheers.